Hello everyone, Pastor John here. Great to see you again, and this is this week's Time with Our Young People. Thank you so much for your lunchbox drawings. Here we have Gracie. She's looking pretty happy. She's got a pretty packed full lunchbox there, and her brother Tommy is just impressed with what Mum has put in his lunchbox. Wow, look at that. And Luke, well, he's nearly finished his, but there's a bit of a worried look on Luke's face, and that made me think. I was thinking about that, and I thought, well, lunchboxes are pretty small, aren't they? And how much can you fit in a lunchbox? If it's small, well, you're not going to get a lot in, and you might get hungry and you might run out. So I had a really good idea. I thought, let's get something bigger. Let's take something bigger than a small lunchbox. Can you see what I'm drawing? It's a lot bigger, all right. What do you think it is? I reckon you might know what it is. It's pretty big. It's got handles, and it's something you pack stuff into. That's right, it's a suitcase. I reckon instead of taking a small lunchbox, why not take a suitcase full of food? And then you'd never run out. You'd have food and food. Oh, but you might run out, so you better take another one. Yeah, you never can tell, you could get hungry, and, it'd be handy to have a few extra suitcases there full of food, or especially the yummiest sort of food, the stuff you eat, and that finishes quickest. Well, okay, yes, another suitcase full of food. That's going to be pretty hard to drag along to school, isn't it? And perhaps, another extra bag full of potato chips or whatever you want to have, all those extra bits. Oh, that's a lot to carry. And another bag full. Oh, man, that's getting a lot, isn't it? Whew, I don't know. Do you think that's too much? Do you think we need all that food? I don't think how we'd even be able to carry it. I don't know. It's a bit much, I reckon. Yeah, I don't know about my idea about using a suitcase as a lunchbox. I think it might be a bit of a silly idea, really, don't you? Okay, well, it got me thinking, didn't it? Luke's lunchbox and Gracie's and Tommy's lunchbox, and how happy they were with the food that they had in their lunchbox. And I thought, well, sometimes we do worry, don't we? Sometimes we're a bit worried that things might run out. Sometimes we think, I just don't have enough. Or we might see someone else who's got more, and we think, I wish I had as much as they did. That can happen sometimes, can't it? We get a bit worried and a bit stressed about things. And I wonder what Jesus would want us to do. Well, I reckon, remember the story from last week, how that little boy had a little lunchbox, and God used that little bit of food to feed everyone. One little lunchbox was enough. It was enough. It was totally enough. And that reminded me of a beautiful verse in Philippians. It's in the New Testament, and I'll read it to you in a moment, but it comes from Philippians. It's in chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. And it tells us to don't worry, stop worrying, because Jesus will look after us. He's always there to look after us. Okay, and that will make us happy. We'll be able to be happy with what we have and be thankful for what we have, because we know that God is there looking after us. So it was a bit of a silly idea, wasn't it, to pack a suitcase instead of a lunchbox? Who would have thought of something as silly as that? But anyway, that was just an idea I had. But now I know I need to trust in Jesus more, don't I? Well, perhaps at home, you could look up a Bible verse from Exodus. It's our first reading for this Sunday, and your mum and dad might like to read it to you. It's the second book in the Old Testament, Exodus chapter 16. Check it out. But I'd like to read to you now the Bible verse I mentioned a moment ago from Philippians. Don't worry about anything, But in all your prayers, ask God for what you need, always asking Him with a thankful heart. And God's peace, which is far beyond human understanding, will keep your hearts and minds safe with Jesus Christ. Aren't they wonderful words from Philippians? Thank you so much for being with me today. I've enjoyed spending a bit of time with you. Thank you for your photos, and I hope you enjoyed the drawings. You might like to try drawing a suitcase. I don't know why, but anyway, have a bit of fun with it. But most of all, remember, trust in Jesus, because He cares for you every day. You don't need to drag that big suitcase full of food to school. That little lunchbox is perfect. And God looks after us every day with His grace and His love. You know, His grace and love is eternal. It never ends. God bless you all, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Pastor John.